What is up, homies? My name is Jeremetaru and today we are going to look at Transformers is a series of giant robots that could transform into any kind of things. And since our toy review is based on Michael Bay's second entry of this franchise, there is actually some good things from this movie. Some of the good things in this movie are: we get to see Optimus Prime crushing Decepticons.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Damn, I really love that scene when I was a kid. Which is also the reason why I love Optimus Prime. I do acknowledge that Optimus isn't really supposed to be that violent in the G1 version. But that's only what I heard from some people. Because back then, I only watched 2 episodes, and then I never got to watch it again.
Trap that actually catches boobies.
And since I only know this version of Optimus so far, I gotta say, I do love seeing Optimus being brutal in the Michael Bay's movies. It's just cool seeing how strong he is. And that brings us to the actual figure we are seeing today. We'll start off with the truck mode first. The painting and the sculpting of this truck mode is great. It's really accurate compared to the movie. And the kibble we are seeing is only on the back part right here. And the windshield that reveals Optimus's mechanism. It is actually better if they paint it black. Besides being accurate to the movie, there is also a little feature that is added to this truck mode. As you see, the truck is able to do some truck noises in which nobody gives a shit about. And to access the battery compartment, you need to unscrew the screw right here. And you will need 2 AA batteries to activate that little feature, which is included by the time I bought this figure. To access this feature in the truck mode, you'll need to press this cleverly hidden button on the back of the truck. Not only does he have that little feature, he also comes up with a little bit of articulation. The wheel is on a hinge joint. The smokestacks can go forward and back. The windshield panel is on a ball joint. And with that you can create a variant of emotions for Optimus.
Give me your face.
And of course, as a truck, he can also
Roll out.
While being a truck, he became a really long boy. And that brings us to the size comparison. Here it is with my pen, Black Mamba's Ares Nitrogen, Sazabi Verka Flight Mode, and lastly, Voyager Class ROTF Optimus Prime. They look so cute together side by side. And now, since these are Transformers, we can get to the second section of this review. Hen Shin. Pay attention to these tabs right here. Finally, after a long complex transformation, we are awarded with this beautiful robot mode. Which I can proudly say that the painting and the sculpting is amazing. It's really accurate to the movie, and it is the most accurate sculpt we could get in 2009. And if we compare it to the first movie Optimus, it's fucking trash. But I gotta give credit to Hasbro for achieving this absolute masterpiece in 2009. And also the sculpt that started it all, which is the DOTM version, masterpiece version, and some third-party companies. And honestly, the third-party version are 100 times better compared to the official one. That made me think about selling him and then buying the other version. And there are few reasons why I wanted to do that, which is, first of all, the accessories, which is very few to be expected. You only get a pair of Energon blades that are originally built into his arms. The blades are colored in transparent orange, packed with some details and a Cybertronian tattoo. But the drawback of having these blades is that Optimus can't straight his arm when the blade is retracted. That is the whole reason why I remove the blade from his arm. And with that being removed, he can't take someone else's face anymore. And then, we got a pair of fixed punching hands. The good news is, it's really useful for holding some weapons. But being fixed like this doesn't make it fun at all. And then I decided to buy some articulated hands from an online seller for 17 bucks. And finally, by removing those blades and those fixed hands, we can achieve some cool pose with Optimus Prime. And obviously, besides being an articulated hand, we also get a knuckle, which is a great addition for screen accuracy. And lastly, it may not seem like a big deal, but his backpack is quite big. But it is still 100 times better than the Voyager's version. Now, I know that I stayed some problem and solved it on my own, but I just wanted you guys to be aware of these problem on the figure. But after all, it's just their first attempt at 2009 to make the most accurate Optimus Prime. But fuck it, I'm gonna get my hands on them sooner or later. Now, let's talk about his posability. But wait, before we do that, there is a feature when you lift his torso. You can get the classic G1 transformation sound, which is a really good callback on the G1 series. And when you collapse it back, it also do the same sound. And there is also another feature, if you pull down this panel right here. You can get Optimus Prime declaring himself in Peter Cullen's voice. Now we can talk about his posability. Swivel on the head. The shoulder can rotate. The shoulder can move out. The shoulder panel is on a hinge joint. The shoulder pipe thingy can rotate. Bicep swivel. 90-degree bend at the elbow. The finger can move individually due to my own modification. Leg moves out. The leg can go back that far. 90-degree bend at the knee. A pretty good leg spread. The leg is on a ball joint, which allows it to swivel, and a good pivot. Posability of this figure is great and it's fun to mess around with. And now for the size comparison. Here it is with my shampoo, Master Grade Sazabi Verka, Black Mamba's Ares Nitrogen, Voyager Class ROTF Optimus Prime. They look so great together, and it's really fun to mess around with them. For example,
do you honestly think you're fucking funny?
And finally we reach the final section of this review. Now, if you do watch the final part of the movie, you know why this guy is here. Hen Shin.
Bruh.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
NANI?!
You will need to get these holders to tab on Optimus's back.
Why are we still here?
I gotta be honest with you guys, transforming both of these guys is really hard on camera. You better be fucking grateful, or you will.
Give me your face!
Even though it looks really epic on the movie, but in reality, we only put Jetfire's corpse into Optimus' back. But aside from that, it's really an amazing piece. And it's really huge, that I need to back off a little bit, just to make it all appear in the shot. There are some little features that is brought from Jetfire, which is
gay.
And the best thing is, this thing is solid. Except if you shake it like a caveman, things will fall apart. And also, this form is also one of the good things from this movie. It is so amazing when he got the upgrade.
Let's roll.
Too bad that the awesomeness of this figure is limited at some point, which is the posability. Swivel on the head. The shoulder can rotate. The shoulder can move out. The shoulder panel is on a hinge joint. The shoulder pipe thingy can rotate. Bicep swivel. Wrist swivel. 90-degree bend at the elbow. And the articulated fingers. And the worst thing is the leg can't move due to the fusion with Jetfire. Aside from the articulation, he became a really wide boy. And that brings us to the size comparison. Here it is with Black Mamba's Ares Nitrogen, Master Grade Sazabi Verka, Voyager Class ROTF Optimus Prime. Despite being huge and heavy, I honestly prefer him to be like this all the time. And finally, we came to our conclusion. Is the figure worth your money? Yes, it really is. Definitely pick this one up for you. Even though he is limited at weapons and had some unpainted areas, he is still fun to mess around with. But remember, this is the first screen accurate attempt at Optimus Prime, so it won't be that perfect as you wanted. But since there are many choices out there that is based from this sculpt, you can decide it for yourself. And the final score for this one is Great Display Piece per 10.